Crystal family. How are you? Happy Monday. I hope all is well in your space, in your world, wherever you might be. Today we are talking about the process of awakening and enlightenment. So there's a lot of people that feel right now in the spiritual community that that we are in a great awakening state. And it could be true. It seems as though there's a lot of signs that are leading towards that this is a great awakening, or another one in the history of time, I should say. There have been many, I think. But I wanted to touch a little bit about today about the process of awakening and some of the signs and some of the indications that you're going through the awakening process toward enlightenment. So I think it'll be a great discussion. I hope so. So we'll go through this and get started here in just a moment. So good morning. Hi Connie and Sharisha from Dubai. Wow, that's awesome. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Please share this with others who would like to join our discussion and participate. I'm Debbie, spiritual author, teacher, and work with crystals every day. So I bring crystals into everything that I do. For those of you who don't know, I have a YouTube channel full of crystal videos, spiritual videos, meditations, all kinds of things. And you are free to join my group, Crystalline Sage, also. So thanks for being here today. Hi Lori and Anitra, welcome. So today's topic, a lot of you jumped in quick today. Good, hello, welcome, happy Monday. Today's topic, if you just came in, is the process of awakening, spiritual awakening, and toward enlightenment. Sometimes the awakening process can be just like overnight, just as quick as, just really fast. That's rare, but it happens. I know some people who have gone through that. They have just completely changed in a blink of an eye, and they found their path and their direction, and just completely changed overnight. And that's awesome, but it doesn't happen for most. I would say most, it's a process and takes over time. And that's okay. Don't try and rush the spiritual awakening process. Let it unfold as it comes. Let it happen as it should. I'm going to share with you some of the things that can happen and that you will experience, that you might experience through this process. And we'll see what you have to say. Also, please share your comments, as always, and we'll just see what happens. So it seems as though there's a lot in here that I have written down as notes, but there's a lot that it's not necessarily in a specific order for most. So you could be experiencing one thing while somebody else is experiencing something else. But it seems as though at the very beginning, it's common to want a change in your life, a huge change. You're just tired of things the way they've been. Tired of just getting nowhere, tired of no answers, tired of just fumbling through life. Do you ever feel like that? Have you ever felt like that? I had. I was tired of being stuck in the same situation. It seemed like forever. And I needed a change. I needed a huge change. Another early thing that seems to happen in the awakening process is the urge to really focus on your own self-healing. Take charge of your own healing. And that can include medical advice, but to really start focusing on physical, mental, and emotional healing, and resolve those issues and heal those issues and face those issues and the root causes of those issues. That seems to be a very common thing for the beginning part of an awakening process. So self-healing is a big one, and looking for alternative ways of healing, alternative methods of healing. If you've found that certain things aren't working, you're searching for different healing modalities. That is part of the awakening process. I think there's a lot of people right now that says this seems to be one of the great awakenings happening in our time right now. That seems to be a big thing right now, is people are just really trying to find alternative methods for healing practices. They're questioning a lot of things, and it's good to question things. It's good to question things if things are not resonating with you. It's good to question things, and it seems as though there's so much being forced to filter through to cause fear, and when you feel that, it seems as though you should question why. So when you question things too, that's another process of the awakening. When you question things, what's causing the fear and why? What's causing the uncertainty? What's causing the instability? What's causing the pain or the illness? When you start to question things, that starts that flow and that connection with opening up to a universal gateway of wisdom. So that's part of it. You might find yourself eating differently. Changes in the eating habits, detoxifying your body, cleansing your body, losing weight, or finding the ideal weight, I should say. When you feel lighter and you eat better and you're exercising and you're moving, and you just, it really helps with the whole spiritual awakening process too. I think it goes in hand. I have heard many times that like alcohol or other substances cloud the spiritual gifts that we are given. And I believe that to be true. So you might find yourself, reducing certain foods, eliminating certain foods or beverages or things like that. So your eating habits might change. Of course, if you need to seek medical advice through any of these things, please do so. But this is just things that I've experienced through the awakening process, and I'm still going through it. I think there's a never-ending, it's never-ending, honestly. So you begin to question things, but you also question, why are you here? What's your purpose? We talked about purpose last week, how to find your purpose, but you question, what's your purpose? What's my purpose? And you seek answers for that. And you start to have the urge inside to start following your purpose. Anybody ever experienced any of these things so far? Anything like that at all? Let's see what you have to say so far, and then we'll keep going. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us today, talking about the awakening process and heading towards enlightenment. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Lori, you're in that right now. Yes, Sumita, yes. Sumita wanting a big change. Jennifer, yes, yes, yes. Have your awakening. Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And please feel free to share your experiences if you feel so inclined to do so. That helps others too. JB, how do you deal with all the violence right now? My practice with that is sending prayers of love and light to all who are affected, all who are involved, in hopes that they will find peace in their hearts. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, Susan and Intuitive, welcome. Connie, you're in your youth, you knew things and then shut down. All those gifts are awakening. Yes, yes, yes. That's true. When we're young, a lot of times we are put in a box by society, by culture, by belief systems, and we're told to act accordingly. Um, and those spiritual gifts just kind of get dormant. They don't go away. They're still there, and we all have them, and we all have all of them. Some more are more prominent for others than, for some than others. But the more that you go through the awakening process, the more that those gifts will come forward again. Some who nurture their children and let those gifts stay prominent in their lives, they have that advantage of growing up with that. But a lot of cases, it's kind of not accepted. So it's frowned upon, and it's sad that we are told in the very beginning stages of our life that we shouldn't be who we are. It's sad that that's the case. But that's okay. You'll catch up with it again. It's okay. You'll catch up with it, and things will come out as they should, when they should. So that is one of the things on the list too, is your spiritual gifts will come forward. Nurture those, explore those. What they could be, there's so many things that you can experience in the spiritual world, and just let it happen and let it come forward, and don't hide it. Be part of it, embrace it. And it's exciting. It really is exciting. There's a lot of changes that we have to go through with the spiritual awakening, and there can be some very challenging things that we come across, but it can be very exciting too. Very exciting time. Very exciting to see what you go through and what you're capable of and what you experience overall. You start to have a greater understanding as to why you are here. Once you start questioning the purpose and start following that guidance that you're given, then you start to have this greater understanding as to why you are here and what you are meant to learn this lifetime, during this life. You start to look back at your life and all the things you experienced, and it starts to make sense as why you experienced what you did. It did for me. Does it for you? Look back at all the things that you've experienced through your life. Does it make sense that you had to learn some lessons from those experiences? Does it make sense that you had to go through all those steps, all those heartaches, all those challenges to get to where you are today? Think about that for a while. It's a heavy question. It's a big question. Have you learned anything from all your experiences that you've been through throughout your life? Hopefully you have. If you haven't, if you don't feel you have, then think about it a little bit more, because there's probably some life lessons in there that you need to be aware of, that you need to accept, that you need to resolve. All those things. Yeah, so some life lessons. There's a lot of life lessons. Some big, some small. We are all going through some right now with this whole change of the way life is. Some big, some small. And it continues. So also, you might find yourself removing yourself from drama, chaos, negative people, gossip, anything that's just in the negative energy. You might find yourself gravitating away from that and trying to find yourself aligned more with positive, inspirational, motivational, having deep conversations with those who understand what you're going through or don't judge you. Releasing judgment is another one, a big one. When you find yourself not being judgmental towards yourself or others and others' actions, and you just see them as being on their own path, that's big. That's a big step. It's hard to let that judgment go. You know, with everything going on in the world and trying to wrap your head around everything that's happening, if you can just see it from an outer view distance, step back away from it and not judge what's happening, but just view it, observe it, learn from it, but not judge. That's a big, big, big thing, big step in the awakening process. If you can find forgiveness for yourself from past actions, past things that you've done to others or yourself, if you find forgiveness for yourself, find forgiveness for others, that's a huge thing also in the awakening process. You're moving forward trying to find peace and resolution. Inner peace, when you find that, so much of this other stuff just fades away. It just fades away. You release karma when you forgive yourself and others, and when you do not judge others, you release karma. We'll get into more of the karma discussion soon, maybe next week. It's been needing to just sit and wait its time, but it'll come out pretty soon, I think, the karma conversation. You have, when you're in the awakening process, with my experience for sure, a much deeper, closer relationship to the God of your understanding, whoever your higher power is. My Creator, my God, I have a much closer relationship than ever before since I've been on the spiritual journey. Much deeper relationship, much closer relationship. And it's beautiful. I see things differently with that connection. Worry begins to fade away, and inner peace comes in its place with trust, understanding, and connection. And it's all part of this whole process. Do any of you feel that kind of connection also? Have you felt that kind of connection in your spiritual journey, that you are closer to the God of your understanding than ever before? And we'll continue this in just a second. Let me see where you are with your comments with this too. Sweet Enlightenment. Jacqueline, hello. Experienced many of the changes mentioned. Yeah. Susan, praying so much for others. Yes, every day. I think it's so important to pray for others and to ask for peace to be restored and unity to be restored. You know, send love and light. Send love and light. Remove yourself from out of the negative mindset and keep your thoughts positive and your prayers positive and your intentions positive and your words positive. And that does make a difference. I believe it makes a difference. Yeah. Susan, in your prayers, they are for your strength and fortitude to share with others God's sweet blessings for us. That's beautiful. I love that. Thank you for that. Oh my gosh, I got chills with that one. So that's beautiful. I love that. Thank you for sharing. It makes sense, Connie and Susan and Marie relate. Yeah. Some lessons are very difficult. You know, lessons are hard. If we're here to learn and to experience and to grow, and lessons are hard. It's true. They are hard. If everything was easy, there's more to it than that. We have a lot of heavy things to get through to learn. And they're difficult, they're challenging, they're hard. It is true, lessons are hard. And we all have our own unique lessons and our own unique experiences. And we all see things differently within those experiences. But if we can learn from them, I feel like we grow that much further. Yeah. Connie, you had a conversation on chaos and peace this morning. craving peace, conversations that uplift, removing yourself from relationships. How very interesting how things happen like that. Synchronicities, no coincidences. Yeah. I love deep conversations where you can really talk about things with not judgment, with those who understand, with those who are in the same place or learning or growing. You don't have to be in the same place necessarily, because we do grow at different it's not at the same rates or not, it's different areas. We're growing in different areas. So it's exciting to compare also. What are you learning? What am I learning? What are we experiencing? I love that. I love those kind of conversations. What did you experience in your spiritual journey last week, and just talk about it. Maybe we'll do that in the group sometime. I'll just do a live session in the group where we can just talk about what we have experienced spiritually with each other. I love those kind of conversations, because what you're learning might not be something that I've already learned. I might not have learned it yet, and vice versa. When we share, we help each other. I think that's important, but a lot of people are afraid to share. And that's part of another thing here too, is when you start to accept yourself and love yourself and share what you believe, because you no longer care about what others think about what you believe, that's a huge step. You come out of the closet, you come out of the spiritual closet or any other closet that you're hiding in. And it feels good to finally release those chains that you've been hanging on to and just say, hey, this is who I am. Take it or leave it. If you don't like it, then, okay, that's fine. And we don't all have to agree with each other. That's okay too. We don't need to agree with everything, single thing, but we do need to be respectful and mindful and understanding, but when you come out of that spiritual closet, it feels good. It does. I held back as much as I could, and my soul kept prompting me. You need to come forward. Come on. You need to come forward. And the more I did, the better I felt, quite honestly. It really did. I felt amazing, and still do, when I started that process of coming out of the spiritual closet. You find also during the awakening process a need to serve, a need to share, a need to teach, a need to give and help in the ways that you can. And we all do that in different ways, and that's okay. Whatever way is right for you is right for you. You have a greater understanding of the details of life itself as a whole also. And you get the big picture of life, of the whole thing that's going, of why you're here and you're part of it, and all the components, and you just have this inner knowledge and inner knowing of things. You'll find yourself in a lot of quiet time, or trying to find quiet time, or needing quiet time to just be, and be in nature, or just be in a quiet space, sacred space, meditative space. Practice mindfulness. Meditation is very important. Practice being in the moment. And those seem to be things that are just very important in a day-to-day existence when you're in the awakening process. And you begin to appreciate things more, appreciate all the things that surround you. You appreciate the little things, the breeze, the bird flying by, the blade of grass growing. I mean, you really start to appreciate all the little things and all the big things. Your appreciation just starts to grow and to grow and to grow and to grow and to grow. And you appreciate all the things that you have, all the things that you have in front of you, all the things that you don't have. You start to appreciate that too. That's also important. And you just appreciate being in the moment with what you have and where you are. But you also have this knowingness that you will be taken care of and you will be provided for. That fear and that insecurity dissolves away in the awakening process. And you start to have that solid connection with your higher power, the God of your understanding. And that gives you that feeling of security and protection, that you will be okay. Everything will be okay. Yes, there are times when you still start to question or wonder or think, and that's still part of the whole learning process. But deep down inside, you have this security. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. And you do accept yourself, and you do accept your path, and you do love yourself. And I believe the ultimate goal of enlightenment is to find unconditional love for yourself and all beings, creatures of the earth, which is very difficult to do. Some have obtained that, but I believe that's the ultimate goal of enlightenment, and it takes us many lifetimes to reach that goal. So what are your thoughts on all of this? It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to absorb. A lot of you are experiencing a lot of this anyway, because you're here, you're in this community. And if you're new, you found us for a reason. But if you're in this community, you are on your spiritual journey. And what is the most prominent thing that you are experiencing right now, if you don't mind sharing, within your spiritual journey? Or is there anything that you're experiencing that I didn't mention? I'd like to hear that too. Let's see what you have to say, yeah? Lori H., you're experiencing all that now, have a job interview tomorrow. Need to get out of that place that I work at now. It's dragging you down. Yes. I was at that place also in my life. I was at a place in that where I just needed to find something that made myself happy within. And I hope that you find the right place for yourself. You will. You'll find where you need to be. Trust the guidance that you're given. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, Cynthia. Connie, your angels keep smacking you upside the head because you get so busy and don't listen. You see those memes or those posters that are like your spirit guides are looking at you with your rolled eyes, or like, oh, here we go again. What's wrong with these people? They're not getting the clue. I laugh every time because there's so many times when I question things myself, and it's like, I know better. Hello? Come on, Debbie, wake it up. Stop it. Don't be like that. But yeah, I think it's just part of our humanness. And again, our cultural and our society upbringing is part of it, but it's funny. Yeah, it's funny. Yes, and I'm sure our spirit guides are just like, how many times do we have to tell you this? That's pretty good. Thank you, Mary, for all of those announcements. Connie, you are a healer. People have told you for years they feel better near you. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You never thought you would be a channeler, still working on accepting and being that one. Be who you are. Let it happen. Let it happen. Be who you are, deep down inside. Yes. Cynthia started to come out 2 years ago, and it's a life-changing. Now you're ready to be service to others and begin your, that's beautiful, be your true self. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's truly a beautiful experience, the awakening experience. It is, the process. It is. There's challenges. lessons, all of those things we talked about earlier. But it is a beautiful process. A lot of you can relate to the angel and the spirit guide. Yes. Oh, anybody else want to share where they're at right now? Yes, no, it's okay if you don't want to. You might not be at that place. That's okay. Um, but you'll get there. You'll get there. You'll get to that point where you want to share. You'll get to that point where you want to share with others what you're going through. And you'll see one of these days, you'll be like, what? Okay, yeah, I remember Debbie talking about that. Yeah. Hi, Christy. You think the same way. You're grateful every day and get so busy. And try to teach everyone about the little you know of crystals. Hey, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. We do get busy in our day-to-day obligations and just life in general, you know, things that keep coming through, things that change our path, or sometimes we get an obstacle in our path. And we are still learning, Christy, too. We are all still learning. We're all still learning, all of us. We're all still learning every day. I learn something new every day. Whether it be big, whether it be little, there's something new to be learned every day. And embrace the learning. It's part of why we're here. So, yeah. Jacqueline, the deep longing to find and be in quiet, peaceful spaces and places is becoming a necessary requirement for each day. Yes. Yes, absolutely. You'll find yourself in the awakening process that you crave that quiet peacefulness. It's kind of reset your batteries, because we're affected by so much these days. We're affected by so much and so quickly. I mean, just having this with you 24/7, you have information coming at you constantly. You need to step away and find the quiet time. I always say meditate, meditate, meditate. If you don't want to meditate, go out and find some quiet time. Walk in nature, get outside and do some breathing. You know, step away from all the media, the social media, the chatter. Connect where you can go and be quiet for a while. That, you know, being in nature is a big one also in the awakening process, is the craving to be out in nature, because nature can tell us so much. We can learn so much from nature. And it is so very deeply healing and so very deeply peaceful at the same time. If you just allow yourself to absorb that and be there in the moment and not be focused on other things. Spend time in nature and be there with it. Be in nature with nature. Yeah. Hi, Cindy. Christy, you know things will happen. You still have yet to find out that why that angel came to you when they did during the automatic writing. Keep doing some automatic writing. Do it again and try it again and ask the question before. Who was it that came forward before? Who was it? Ask in meditation. Who was it that came forward? What do I need to know from that? What do I need to learn from that? Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's so much in nature we can learn from. So much. Spend some time in nature. It's huge. So thank you for sharing your thoughts and your experiences with this. The awakening process is happening for many, thousands, maybe millions of people. I don't know how many. But it's a big change for a lot of people. And a lot of you have been on your spiritual journey a lot longer. And those who are just starting are probably going to need your support. And how do you do that, you ask? How do you support them? You be there. You listen. You tell them what you went through. You tell them what you're going through. You share. That's how you support them. So, be ready to support and help others along the way. Yeah. Deborah, you left your government position to follow your soul's urges. You now teach Reiki and conduct group discussions on different spiritual topics. I love it. Oh, I love it too. I love it. It feels so satisfying. It's beyond satisfying, isn't it? It's beyond satisfying. Teaching and sharing with others in the spiritual realm and healings and all of these things that we do. It's very rewarding. And you're never too old to start teaching and sharing and helping and following your path, any of that stuff. You never know who you might be able to help that comes along that might need it most. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, keep that in mind. I got some new decks of cards. I always love new decks of cards. I just love cards. And this is called The Sacred Spirit by Anna Stark. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. How it just continued on like that. So I'm going to pull one card from her deck today as just kind of a parting message, and we'll see what it has to say, what comes forward from it, and just think about some things today about what we talked about, and see if you can, come to terms with some of the things that you might be have kind of put aside or kind of shied away from or have kind of hid from just because of what it is. But it's part of you. If it's part of you, you should be proud of it, and you should be, if it's part of you, you should accept who you are, and with love and light and all that you are, because you are love and light, So let's see what card comes forward today for this. And Wednesday we will have our check-in chat to see how everyone's doing. Last week we did life purpose chat, so if you missed that one, go check the replay of that. Ties in with today's discussion. And I think next week finally I might have the karma discussion. It's not had the right time, but I think that it's time now. So we'll talk about karma soon. So this is open intuition, and this fits right in with what we were talking about today. Your intuition, when you're in your awakening process, really opens up. And once you start to allow it to, and nurture it, and let it, you really can get some profound guidance from yourself and your higher power through that. It's like a little portal, both. So follow your intuition. What's deep, 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 deep down inside of you, follow it. It's there for a reason. Follow it and use it. Embrace it and trust it. Trust, 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 trust. Trust it. Seek clarification. Ask, if you're in a situation when you have to ask those questions and you question something, go to your quiet space, meditate on it, ask your higher power, pray about it, whatever. Listen deep down inside. What's the answer? What is that answer that's telling you? What is it? If it feels right, it's right. It can steer you in a direction that you need to go into. It can protect you. It can give you some advice, just guidance, day-to-day guidance. The more you nurture it, the more it will open up, and it will become greater and greater and greater and greater. So the affirmation that goes with this card is, I am an open channel for my soul to seek its guidance. So I am an open channel for my soul to seek its guidance. And that kind of encompasses the whole topic of today. So I'm not surprised that that card came forward. Thank you all so much for joining us today. Please share this with others who can learn, who can expand, who would like to find our community, who would like to join us in our talks. And, everybody who finds us is meant to. So thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So next Wednesday, check-in chat Wednesday to see how everyone is. No formal topic. Mondays are more of a structured topic. Check-in chat Wednesday is just whatever comes forward, and we always have a good conversation. Always. We have a good group of people that show up every Wednesday, and it's just, feel free to if you have time. We always have a really good conversation. And are you up for it if I do just a show in the group, Crystalline Sage? Because I know some of you are not too sure about, sharing things with everyone. But in the group, it's a little bit more contained. Is it something that you would like to do if I go in there and we just have a discussion on where you are in your spiritual journey? Would you be up for that discussion? Would you be open to sharing in that kind of discussion? So let me see some yeses or nos or unsures, and it's okay. Answer how you feel. Be honest about it. All right. I don't want you to just say yes just because. I want you to be honest about it. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Lori H. I am not sure if I'm going to do a full moon ritual this month. There's a lot of replays on YouTube. We'll see if it fits in the schedule. I've kind of had to just really structure my days, Monday and Wednesday for live shows. And I almost did one today on that. But this came forward at 5 a.m. this morning and told me I needed to talk about this. So I got up at 5 a.m. and I wrote down all of these notes. Yeah, because I was thinking last night, maybe full moon thing today a little bit early. But yeah, no, this is what I was told to share today, so I share it. So I'm not sure, but there are replays, plenty of replays of the full moon releasings, which the replays are just as effective. So I'm not sure if we'll do one or not. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. So I got Jill with a heart, Christy, yes, yes, Lori, Sandy, yes, Leslie, yes, Connie, yes, Christy, yes, 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 yes. Okay, good. All right, got enough yeses. Yeah, okay. Cynthia, my group is called Crystalline Sage. So if you're not in there, anybody else who's not in there who would like to join, please go join and I'll go approve you today. And I will make a note of it, and I will plan on doing a group discussion in there soon about where we are on our spiritual journey. I'm not sure when that will be. It might be just one of those days where I just pop in and just see who shows up. But we'll see what happens. Okay. Thank you all for being here. Have a beautiful day. Have a blessed week, and follow your path. Follow your path. Follow your guidance, and see where it takes you. It can be beautiful. It really can. All right. Namaste. See you soon. Thank you.